This is Kimberly J. Miller reporting from LEAD. This past November, over 50 of Oxfam America's regional program staff convened in Saly, Senegal, to attend a 5-day Global MEL Workshop. The workshop was hosted by the West Africa Regional Office and organized by LEAD in the Regional Programs Department.
Oxfam America's beachhead focuses on 6 things, one of which is making the rope case, that rights-oriented programming for effectiveness leads to transformational social change. The Saly learning event was really directed and focused at building organizational capacity to accomplish this latter objective.
This was the 3rd global learning event that we've held on rope since 2006, and with this event we had 3 main goals. The first one was, of course, to revisit rope principles, values, and the core standards that are within rope, with a particular emphasis on our monitoring and evaluation and learning systems for programs, long-term development programs. Secondly, we wanted to, with this event, co-construct the last element of our program MEL systems, which is a process called an AIR, or an Annual Impact Reflection. And then thirdly, we really just wanted to achieve a very experiential and participant-led learning environment that would allow us to do co-creation of MEL processes and develop new ways of working that are based on the knowledge and experience that exists within our staff. And I think we were able to do that.
I think a lot of good ideas emerged about how to do errors the right way, how to be sensitive to and bring in partners in a way that is meaningful and beneficial for us and for them, and to find ways to improve our programming to really maximize the impact.
Over the 5-day event, the participants determined that an annual impact reflection is a process that is part of the program MEL systems, in which they make sense of monitoring and evaluation data annually in an equal space with partners, allies, and community members.
Yo estaba diciendo en qué nos vamos a diferenciar Oxfam America de las otras instituciones en el tema de evaluación, monitoreo. Yo creo que este espacio AIR puede servir como una identidad propia para nosotros, ¿no? Esta es la diferencia que tenemos frente a las otras metodologías. Habría que pensar realmente cómo podemos hacer, ¿no?
The challenge of creating an equal space for making sense of changes in the program was an important aspect for learning during the early days of the event. Participants considered what factors were necessary to create an equal opportunity for program participants to engage in an annual impact reflection.
How can we give equal space for participants during the annual impact reflection? That's a key point that I learned that I will apply when we do our annual impact reflection for the water program at Harrow.
Some participants noted the importance of discussing Oxfam's own power as a development actor and donor in working with partners and community members. Being self-aware of one's own role and power is an important factor in creating equal opportunity for others to participate.
Je crois qu'il y a 2 choses importantes que j'ai apprises au cours de cet atelier. La première chose, c'est le pouvoir. Comment le pouvoir se manifeste, quels sont les différents types de pouvoir. Je n'avais pas encore conscience du rôle des relations de pouvoir dans les activités que nous menons. Donc ça m'a permis de prendre conscience de ça.
The workshop participants also grappled with the analytical challenge of making sense of annual monitoring and evaluation data that is generated by a program. The data analysis challenge is hard enough for development practitioners, but is even more so when you have different perspectives and interpretations within a multi-stakeholder group of program participants. By the end of the workshop, many participants emphasize how important it is for AIRs to be able to represent not just the views of researchers and partners who create monitoring and evaluation data, but also the views of primary change agents themselves.
So the expectations of management are clear coming out of this workshop, and the commitments being made. Mudun and Maru on the last day of the 5-day workshop expressed this to all the workshop participants. There is an expectation of management that there will be annual impact reflections done on all of the 10 approved long-term programs, PSPs, by May 2011. AIR processes that will be carried out can be defined by the program staff and partners themselves. We can be flexible about that. It's more important that it's designed and defined by the program participants themselves. As an agency, we're committed to putting aside, and we have put aside, $50,000 to support the carrying out of AIRs, as well as making a commitment to allocate human resources from LEAD and RPD to support regional efforts. And LEAD itself is committing to carry out with program staff a peer-based quality review process that allows program staff to be the first assessors of how well we've done in terms of telling a long-term impact story out of these annual impact reflections. And that's the commitment.
5 days, over 50 participants, and an investment of over $100,000 US. A big investment towards a big ambition to tell Oxfam America's story of achieving long-term sustainable impacts in the lives of people. One that includes the views and perspectives of people themselves, a story we hold in common with our partners in the regions in which we work. Please keep watch on this space as the story unfolds during 2011. On assignment, Kimberly J. Miller, Lead.